It's been a good minute since I introduced to all of you on the Robezoid channel that I purchased 3 Zoologist fragrances, Hyrax, Bat, and of course I can't forget T-Rex. And I got a sample pack, of course, from the brand, and I wanted to delve into the brand a little bit more. And I finally delved into this one right here, Elephant. If I had to describe Elephant in this introduction, it would have to be, it's the gentle giant of the Zoologist line. Don't sleep on this one. Fragrance family, welcome to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host, Mark. This series, Taking a Test Drive, is where a test drive is sent through a sample. I wear this scent as much as the sample lets me. It is my scent of the day today, and I'm going to give you as much detail as I can to give you my final thoughts if I'm going to be purchasing this one. Now, if you're new here, thanks for watching. Subscribe to support the channel. Hit that bell. I'm also all over social media under my YouTube handle, Robezoid. Keep tabs on behind the scenes. They include scent of the day, scent of the night posts, new purchases, what I'm working on for this channel. If you do have a Facebook account, yes, you can follow me on my page, but I also have a Facebook group called Fragrance Guru Nation. We're up to 18,000 members, where we discuss fragrances, new releases, buy, sell, swap, split fragrances. You can discover new and old YouTubers. They post their new videos on FGN. Basically a great source of information if you're in this hobby like I am. Now on to today's video. As the title suggests, I'm taking a test drive of Elephant from the house of Zoologist. Now, let's take a look under the hood. Let's take a look at some stats on this one. It was released back in 2017. Concentrations extrait de parfum. Nose behind this one is Chris Bartlett. So the major notes to my nose on this one, it would have to be coconut, which is always a rock star note. If it works well in a fragrance, if you do get a good touch of coconut, that excites me a little bit. It's one of those notes that I always keep an eye out for. It also has a note of tree leaves, and you're going to get some greenness out of this fragrance. Very interesting green notes in this one. And lastly, jasmine. So really nothing, I'd have to say, too crazy as far as the note breakdown goes. A lot of this stuff we've smelt before, but it's all, like the brand of Zoologist, it's always about the blend and the imagery. It knocks imagery out of the park. When they say, you know, they're basing their fragrances on basically, you know, where the elephant roams. Well, this is exactly what this smells like. Upon first sniff, and I'm just going to remind myself, this little sample here, and I'm not gonna zoom in on this thing, but it is my scent of the day. I got the beautiful dry down, but I'll just remind me of the introduction, one for you guys, and tout fini. Okay, so my day with the scent, that upon first sniff, Elephant, man, it does not disappoint in the creative aspect of fragrances. It's artistic, yet very wearable. It's something I now expect from the house of Zoologist. You know, a lot of brands can't even touch that. They can't even achieve close to what Zoologist is doing and what they bring to the table. But now, you know, after smelling T-Rex, Hyrax, and Bat, and owning those fragrances and going through my sample set here, slowly but surely, I'm almost expecting that. I'm expecting creativity. I'm expecting excellent blend. And I'll be honest, they haven't really disappointed me yet. My imagery right now is an elephant that is stomping around the jungle. More Asian than African, right? I'm not thinking, you know, super dry, you know, an elephant in the desert. I'm thinking more very wet leaves, greenery, jungle-like. I'm thinking green. It brings me to that imagery like no other. There's not too many scents that can pull this kind of imagery off. Very green, mostly green and watery, almost reminding me, the watery aspect kind of reminds me of a fig leaf. You know, some reviewers compare this to like a fig-based fragrance because of the coconut aspect, and it can bring you to fig because of that. The fig leaf also a very watery, kind of think Philosicos. I'll use that from Deep Tick as a reference, but definitely has that watery aspect. I absolutely love this, but it has some soft woody aspects, some jasmine in here too. It has a smooth, creamy take to the scent. That is obviously aided by the coconut note in here, the sandalwood note, which obviously give scent some creaminess. They really do in this one. It has almost a milky cacao-like note, very faint, but it brings another facet, another layer to this scent. Now, in the heart of Elephant, the coconut comes into play. It really felt like more of a shredded dry coconut, almost something that you'd utilize in the kitchen. It's well hidden, but plays its role, and it's an excellent role, and it's a, I don't want to say a large role in this fragrance, but it does, but it's well hidden. And same with the tea note. There's a tea note in here that really is present, very much is, but it's so well blended that you almost kind of forget the individual notes in this particular scent. They play huge roles, but they don't stand out too much, as all notes try to portray a singular idea, and they pull it off so well in this particular fragrance. There's a musky, clean muskiness to the backbone to this one also. I felt the longer it's on skin, the more I felt the sandalwood was more of a primary note in this release. And I know a lot of people tend to go towards the coconut feel in this fragrance, the green notes in this fragrance, but I almost felt like the sandalwood's a major player in this one, especially in the back end. It kept bringing me back to a trampled jungle with all the greenery. What an excellent scent, honestly. This one actually really intrigued me, and they knocked it out of the park. Overall, a unique green scent is rare in the fragrance industry. The Zoologist brings it to the table, something that is unique and also well blended. Great use of tea, coconut, sandalwood. Used a very green bed to put everything together, and simply outstanding release from the brand. I don't know where I'm going with this brand. I don't know if I'm going to start owning every single one of them, but that's almost where we're going with this one. Elephant, a great release. So now let's get into the Revolver, about seasons, day-night versatility, and of course performance. So let's get into seasons. Where do I see myself wearing this one? Actually, I'd like to get a bottle now for the upcoming fall, because I feel like fall, overcast, rainy nights, things like that, this thing will shine. I obviously think more spring is this release's bread and butter. Summer, nights or days, doesn't matter, but I feel like it's almost 3 seasons out of 4. Day or night, I feel like this is more of a daily wear scent. Versatility, I feel it's fairly versatile as a scent. I don't think there's anything too crazy out of this release. I just think that the imagery of it, the greenness, it's really well balanced, well done. And I think versatility wise, like I said, 3 seasons out of 4, really. Performance, longevity, nothing beast mode here. I felt like this one was a little more on the tame side than the other ones I've tested. I would have to say 6 to 9 hours as far as longevity goes. Average projection, nothing too crazy out of Elephant, to be quite honest. So at the end of the day, as for my outro for Elephant, I would have to say my final thoughts are Zoologist brings to the table yet again great imagery. It's artistic to the max without being weird, right? It's not really that challenging as a scent. It's not. Like an elephant, it's the gentle giant in the fragrance game. I always talk about blend in fragrances and how that almost sells me on a lot of fragrances, and it does. It just shows, it really just shows the talent of the nose behind it. And also the creative director. You have to give the creative director some kudos here. His outlook with the noses that he works with, I'd really love to just sit in on a brief with this brand. Like if they're releasing a new release, I would just love to be that little fly on the wall and just see how the brief goes for a new release of Zoologist. I bet this thing is detailed to the max. I absolutely just love what comes out of these releases. So Elephant, honestly, if I had to give it a score currently, 1 out of 10 as far as bottles go, I'd have to say 9 bottles out of 10. I was really enjoying this fragrance. When you deplete a sample like I just did, it's on the floor, it's empty. It's kind of a sad look right now. This is my last kind of wearing of Elephant. And when you're thinking, man, I wish I had more time with it. You know, I really enjoy this one. I kind of feel like this one may be in my top 20 list for spring of next year, 2021. It's one of those that gets my wheels going. It's one of those that you have to purchase, and that's where I'm at with Elephant. It's on the to buy list. So 9 out of 10, and I would have to recommend a purchase if this seems interesting to you, especially for spring 2021. I feel like this may be something that I would have to get. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below on Elephant. I'm done with you, sadly. I'll see you later, bottle worthy. So please let us know in the comments below, and you can be completely opposite of me. You could just say this is too artistic, it's too weird, it's too green. It really wasn't something that I would wear, but I appreciate it. I could see people going it on that end. But for me, on total spectrum, absolutely love Elephant. Can't wait to try out my next sample from the brand of Zoologist. As always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.